Hi, I'm Anastasia Chatzka, a fashion designer with over 20 years of experience and a sewing educator. And I'm really excited you're here to share another sewing adventure with me today. Welcome to Sewing Anastasia, and today we are going to make fabric napkins. Fabric napkins are awesome because you can reuse them again, and again. You don't have to throw them out and fill up that landfill. Fabric napkins are also a great gift to give. They're super easy to make, you can use up your scrap fabrics, and they make a great hostess gift. If you're not already a subscriber to Sewing Anastasia, make sure you subscribe and hit that notification bell so you know when all the new videos come out. Also, I want you to share your sewing projects with me so that way I can share them with everybody on Instagram. So make sure you @Anastasia Chatzka or #Anastasia Chatzka, or you can totally DM me the photos on Instagram and I'll repost them. Also, super exciting news, I'm now teaching virtual sewing lessons. We can do one-on-one private sewing lessons from your sewing room to my studio, or you can join one of the virtual sewing group classes as well. Supplies for this project are going to be super simple. You're going to need matching thread for your project. You're also going to need a pair of scissors. You're also going to need some fabric. The amount you buy is going to depend on how many napkins you'd like to create. You're also going to need your pattern. My napkins are going to be 20 by 20 inches big. Standard dinner napkins are anywhere from 17 inches to 26 inches square. You can make the napkins any size you want. You can download my template from my website at sewanastasia.com, or you can make your own. The first thing we're going to do is lay out our fabric and put our pattern on top. So I've got my fabric laid out and I've got my pattern on top. Now I'm using a stripe so it's real easy to see if it's on the grain line. But double check yours and make sure that you're on the grain line. Now grab your rotary cutter or your scissors and let's cut this out. Voila! Now I've got my napkin all cut out. And next, we're gonna go over to the sewing machine and do a rolled hem on all the edges. To create the rolled hem, we're gonna take the edge of our fabric and turn it towards the inside 1/4 of an inch. And then we're gonna roll it another 1/4 of an inch. And then we're gonna end up sewing on this fold right here. When I sew my rolled hem, I like to just turn it over as I sew. You could also turn it and pin it or turn it and clip it, so that way it's already pre-folded for you when you sit down at the sewing machine. Great thing about sewing is there's so many different ways to get the same results. So let's sit down at the sewing machine and sew up this rolled hem. Today I'm going to be using the Husqvarna Viking Designer Epic 2, but you can use any sewing machine that has a straight stitch. Today I'm also going to be using the B foot on the sewing machine, and we're going to move our needle position over to the left. I want to move my needle position over so it lines up with the red dash here on the left of the foot. This way we're going to be sewing right on that fold that we've created with the rolled hem. So I've got my needle position over to the left, so if I put it down a little, I can see where it's hitting. And I'm going to go ahead and put down my foot, and I like where this is positioned, so I'm ready to sew the rolled hem. So notice I'm folding it under 1/4, and then I take it and I flip it over another 1/4. So just keep flipping as you go down. I also like to engage my needle down, so every time I stop, my needle is going to be in the fabric and you're not going to have any loose or missed stitches. And when I get to the very end, I'm going to do a couple back stitches and then we can cut. Now that we have one side finished, we need to go ahead and do the other 3 sides. But now when we start, we're going to be starting with the corner that has one side rolled and the other side is not rolled. So starting this can be a little bit tricky because it's bulky. So when we roll it, we need to carefully roll it 1/4 and 1/4. And then it's going to look really nice and lined up like this. And when we start, I like to start halfway into the previous seam and then backstitch. Because it's bulky, it needs something to grab onto to pull through the machine. So let's go ahead and finish the other 3 sides of this napkin. So remember, when I'm starting the stitch, I'm actually starting up about 1/8 of an inch, so that way the machine, the feed dog, can really pull the fabric through. You get to the end, make sure you backstitch and cut.
Cool.
I finished the dinner napkin. It looks great and I'm really happy with it. The rolled hem all the way around the edge looks so pretty. Now it's time to go through the bins of fabric and make up some more napkins. Now I just need to make like 15 more for a giant dinner party and we'll be all ready for dinner. I mean, I'm hungry. Let's go eat some dinner. Thanks so much for watching Sew Anastasia today. If you have any questions or comments, leave them down below and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. If you enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up or give it an applause. And if you're not already a subscriber to Sew Anastasia, make sure you subscribe and hit that notification bell so you know when all the new videos come out. And follow me on Instagram at Sew Anastasia or Anastasia Chatzka. And I would love to see your projects and your napkins that you've made for your dinner table. So make sure you DM them over to me or at Sew Anastasia or hashtag Sew Anastasia so I can find them. Make sure you also check me out on Facebook and Pinterest and Twitter and all those fabulous social media sites. And if you want to help Sew Anastasia grow, make sure you hop on over to Patreon and check out all the cool ways you can help Sew Anastasia. And don't forget, you can also take virtual sewing classes with me, so you don't have to be here in Chicago to take a sewing class with me. You can do a private virtual lesson with just one-on-one with me and you, or you can join a group virtual lesson as well. And if you happen to be in Chicago, you can totally take a socially distanced sewing class with me or a private one-on-one class in my studio. Thanks so much for watching. Bye!